Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to work through an example speaking part 2 question and identify how you can improve your grade in the test. Let's start with the question then. Today, our question is as follows. Describe an accident you saw. You should say where and when the accident occurred, why you were there, how the accident affected you, and give detailed information about the accident. Okay, I could answer this whole question by saying the following. A long time ago, I saw the result of a motorbike accident at a crossroads. I was on my way to university and I got stuck in the traffic for over 2 hours as the police totally closed the road. I didn't see the actual accident, so I'm not sure what happened. This does cover all of the question prompts, but it only takes about 20 seconds to say out loud and is a pretty boring answer. Given that I have up to 2 minutes for my monologue and I want a high score, I need to expand that answer and make it more interesting. So, how could I expand my answer? Let's have a look. Regarding the where and when the accident occurred prompt, I said, a long time ago, I saw the result of a motorbike accident at a crossroads. Some options for expanding this answer could include giving more detail about how long ago and giving specific information about where the crossroads actually were. So, let's have another go. Thankfully, I've never witnessed an actual accident happening, but a long time ago I saw the aftermath of a road traffic accident involving a car and a motorbike. It was during my undergraduate studies, so it would have been about 2002 or 2003. The accident happened on a dual carriageway which leads into Leicester City from the M69 motorway. This is a much more detailed response, which makes it very clear when and where the accident happened, and also demonstrates some nice structures such as modal past. Now, let's move on to the why you were there prompt. My initial answer was, I was on my way to university, which is very short and does not allow me to demonstrate anything beyond basic vocabulary and grammar. I could expand by including more detail about my commute. So let's have another try. I used to take this route to university 3 or 4 days per week, as I didn't live near the uni and was commuting from another city. To be honest, the drive-in was always a pain, as there were frequent queues getting off the motorway and onto the dual carriageway. Because of that, I had a habit of taking my breakfast with me and eating it while stuck in traffic. Not only is this a longer response, but it also demonstrates several linking phrases and several different ways to refer to past habits. Moving on to the how the accident affected you aspect, my initial answer was, I got stuck in the traffic for over 2 hours, which feels like a very practical and unemotional answer given that the topic is an accident. So my revised answer might be, because I didn't actually witness the accident, I wasn't impacted in an emotional way. Although, of course, I hoped that everybody involved would be okay. The main effect was that I got stuck in traffic for 2 hours because the police closed the entire road. Thankfully, I had my breakfast with me, so I sat and just waited patiently and ate my breakfast. Unfortunately, by the time I got to uni, I had missed my morning lecture, and actually, after this experience, I found an alternative route to use, which, although longer in terms of distance, was much shorter in terms of time. This is a much fuller response, and makes use of some linking language which demonstrates my attitude towards what happened. Let's finish then with the final point where I was asked to give detailed information about the accident. Initially I said, I didn't see the actual accident, so I'm not sure what happened. My answer here doesn't really say much, and it doesn't give you any information at all. So there's definitely a way to make this better. Here's my expanded version. Although I didn't see the accident happen, I did get out of my car at one point to try to find out why the road was closed. When I walked ahead, I could see a number of police cars, an ambulance, and many officers. There was also a smashed up car and the remains of what had been a motorbike scattered all over the junction area. It looked horrific, and I can only guess that it must have been a high-speed collision. A few days later, I heard that the rider of the bike had died at the scene and the car driver was very badly hurt. It was such a terrible thing to have happened, and definitely a strong reminder of the need to drive carefully at all times. This is a much longer and more meaningful answer, which makes use of multiple complex verb constructions. So, I timed myself reading the expanded version of the answer at a slightly slower pace, and it took 1 minute 52 seconds, which is just within the 2 minutes allowed in the test. And importantly, the answer is more thoroughly developed and demonstrates a much higher level of control of the language. Before we finish, just a little tip about things you don't have the specific details for, such as me having not actually seen the accident happen. Although I didn't see it, I was able to give an interesting answer by guessing and also then including information that I found out after the event. So, if you're stuck for details in the test, perhaps try using one of these techniques yourself. Now it's your turn. Have a go at writing your own answer to this example question, then read it out loud and time yourself. See if you can get as close to 2 minutes as possible, and then read it out loud a few more times. I hope you found that useful, and don't forget to check back for new episodes soon. If you've got a request for a particular Part 2 question you would like covering, feel free to leave that in the comments and I'll add it to my list. Thanks for watching, and have a lovely day.